I just saw Wes Anderson's newest film, The Phoenician Scheme, and here are my general thoughts. The film follows Zsa Zsa Corda, played by Benicio del Toro, who's this international businessman, kind of a scummy guy, who has this big plan called the Phoenician Scheme. It's kind of infrastructure thing with a lot of different pieces of it. Somewhat unethical, but generally speaking, better than what he has done. Due to the nature of his business, he has a lot of assassination attempts on him, which leads to actually wanting to build his scheme as his kind of last hurrah. And he starts to think about the future of his business, where he reaches out to his daughter named Isel, who's a nun, who he hasn't had contact with in 6 years. The film follows them and this tutor named Bjorn, played by Michael Cera, as they travel around the world trying to renegotiate these deals after they get kind of fucked. And that plot might seem kind of boring, and parts it is, but that structure of it all, where they're going place to place, learning more about each other, and the kind of faults of their character, being able to learn and grow from each other, is what makes this movie ultimately. Leading up to this movie, I've been watching a lot of Wes Anderson's other films that I hadn't seen, and what makes the best Wes Anderson movies are the ones with actual emotion and genuine character moments. One of the main criticisms that comes from certain people about these Wes Anderson movies is the way that he directs his actors to be kind of stilted in the delivering of their dialogue. In my favorite Wes Anderson movie that I just recently watched, The Royal Tenenbaums, there's still that stilted element, but there's that genuine heart in the middle of the movie in Gene Hackman's character, and that's here in the dynamic between the two main characters. Learning what it is to be a family despite this obvious disconnect and time loss, and also just evaluating each other's ethics and how it changes them. And I thought those aspects were handled pretty well in this film. It's a lot about faith and redemption and evaluating your own mortality and how that changes a person. Yes, while this film is still very silly at points, and the assassination attempts and all the different espionage moments are silly, when this film wants to get serious, it can. This kind of particularly surrounds the lead up to the character played by Benedict Cumberbatch, which I won't say a lot about, but there's serious tension in everything surrounding his relation to the main family in this movie, leading to an interaction between him and Benicio del Toro, which is nothing I've ever seen in a Wes Anderson movie, which leads to a lot of purposeful changes in Wes Anderson style, which I really did enjoy. This is the most violent Wes Anderson movie. Well, yes, this does still kind of fulfill the trope of Wes Anderson's hiring a lot of famous actors to fill minor roles like Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, Scarlett Johansson, Benedict Cumberbatch. This film really is less of an ensemble like Asteroid City or The French Dispatch, and it works in its favor. The score fits the movie really well, the visuals are there, it's a nice short length. It takes a little bit to get going, but when it does get going, and especially at the end, it all clicks together really nicely, and I did enjoy this film. So Michael Cera is fucking hilarious in this movie. I was watching it with my brother, and he was just dying at every line delivery. I ended up giving this movie a 4. I think it's a solid 4. Do I think Asteroid City is better? Yes, but I think structure-wise and writing-wise, this movie is better. Are you gonna see The Phoenician Scheme? Have you seen it? What did you think? And of course, follow for more.